Yes, it is 7:05 a.m. over here, and good afternoon to the ones in India and to everyone who's watching. I hope you guys are having a good day. This is our series of book club sharing, and today I have two participants, Joyshree and Dayananda, and I'm really looking forward to what they have to share. So for those who are watching, can one of you please confirm if our voice is all right before we start? Let me just check, if the connectivity and the voice is okay. One of you please confirm. Okay, so looks like that is fine. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so let's start with a round of introduction. We'll go around and just introduce a little bit about yourself, and also share how the situation is with the lockdown, how you're handling it, and how is it in your area. Okay, so I'll start with it. As I said, I am right now here in Maryland, very in the Washington D.C. Suburbs. Things are really. I guess, people are really alert about the situation. We are all in lockdown mode. It is the peak over here as New York is peaking. Maryland, Washington, D.C. are being advised to be at home, and we literally have not gone out at all. So that is a situation over here. Yeah. All right, so I'll pass it on to Joyshree.
Hello everyone. I am Joyshree Heisnam from Hanga, that is basically in Manipur, and currently I am studying in DM College of Art in Political Science Department, BA6 semester. So I really want to express myself in various ways. So I indulge myself in singing, sometimes even dancing, and also I volunteer for YAWOL, which is an NGO which focuses on LGBTQ and youth rights, and also there are many more activities. And currently, the situation here in Manipur is, I think that the people are not much aware of what is going around. They are like uh, always going around in places. They are on the road, and even the vehicles are. It doesn't seem like it is lockdown. People are just roaming here and there, and I think that in such time, people should be very aware of such kind of alarming disease, because this pandemic is all over the world, and it's about a matter of humanity, where human beings are at a point of they are about to extinct, I guess, if we do not um, cooperate with one another, and if we just go around and not stay in home. And also, I am uh, having a hard time, because as a student, I have stopped going to college, and I'm staying in the room watching movies, and sometimes I used to sing, then even I write poems, and that's all how I spend.
Okay, so you said you were in college, and I missed the part. What are you doing? Which year are you in?
I'm now third year, which is fifth semester in political science department.
Oh, third year political science.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, so also your sound is a little low. Do you have a earphone?
Yeah, I will go and take it.
Yeah, you go and take it while Dayananda will introduce himself. Okay, so all right. So Dayananda, how about you? Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about the situation in where you are.
Okay. First of all, my name is Dayananda, Moirangthem. I'm from Manipur here, uh, living here in Wangjing Bazaar. Okay. I just appeared 12th examination this year. Now, after the exam has completed, we couldn't enjoy much because of the lockdown. Okay. Uh, I think we are having a hard time over here also. We could hear many news from many places. Uh, I think everything over here is all locked down over here, totally locked down over here. The road is empty, markets, there's no people in the market. Okay, and I used to spend myself over here uh, using my phone, using social media. Okay, and I used to chat with my friends. Uh,
Cool.
if I'm going to tell a bit about myself, then I'll say that I love music. Okay. I love music. Uh, I used to dance sometime. Then I used to, you know, do all things like uh, I used to, yeah, I used to do everything.
Cool. Cool. All right. So you just had your 12th exam, and you thought you were going to have fun after the exam, but then this lockdown happened.
Yeah,
All right, but it looks like in your area in Wangjing, people are following the guidelines and they are staying home, and roads are empty. So that's a good sign.
yes.
All right, so thank you for sharing, your introduction, and for the ones who are listening, if you can also share, how are things at your end. We can definitely feature your comment and sharing. Before we go into the book segment, I always like to talk a little bit about gratitude. So let us share a little, gratitude about people around us and also about somebody at the level of Manipur, to start today's program. So I will let's start with Joyshree because I do want to test your sound again. So, can you share about gratitude? Nominate somebody in your close quarter and also, someone at the level of Manipur.
Gratitude. Okay. First of all, I would say that I'm really thankful to everyone around me, my surroundings, and my friends, my family, and everyone here. But the most important thing that uh, when I talk about the word gratitude, it has a deep meaning. So I would give it to someone who really have that compassion and who really sacrifice oneself. So I would say that civil society organizations um, would be really they are really working hard in showing gratitude to everyone and helping people in building themselves even at this time of the disease, and even the nurses and doctors and civil society organizations, they are working so hard to put the hunger down, and they are helping people. So for me, I would not say one person, but I would like to uh, give my gratitude to everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's an absolute beautiful nomination. How about you, Dayananda?
Okay. Gratitude. Yeah, I would like to give gratitude to my parents first, my father and my mother and my grandmother. Okay, they used to help me. They used to provide me everything I like. So I would like to give gratitude to them.
What does your mom and dad and grandma do?
Okay, my father is a psychiatric counselor in Thawal Hospital. My mother is a housewife, and sometimes she used to own a shop also at the Wangjing Bazaar. Okay, and my grandmother, she's old and she used to work here and there.
That is so sweet. All right, thank you for sharing about your parents, and love that you are remembering them. When we talk about gratitude. All right, so I want to share my gratitude to a person whom I haven't met, but I got a message yesterday from Sai Roman, who is one of our Finding the Voices connection. And he asked me, because I do coverage on women's home, old age home. So he asked me, Jay, do you have the um, contact of the old age people home? And and I said, yeah, I can surely look it up. Why? And he said, oh, Chiche, we wanted to check in and check in how they are doing in this situation and how help them out with what we can. And when I read that message, I felt so good. That people are looking out for each other, right? Isn't it so awesome? Like, when you hear that, when you're thinking it out of your own, like, hey, how are the people in the old age doing? Do they have food? Do they have what they need? And so I just wanted to share gratitude to Sai Roman and his team. And I know that they are a group of people who are doing this initiative. So to everyone who's watching, at this time, um, it is time for us to think, how can I help someone within the capacity we are in, right? Um, Instead of creating the situation more chaotic with negative comments or telling, people in negative sharing, which we see very often in our community. So I just wanted to encourage sharings of positivity, sharings of suggestion instead of pointing finger. So yeah, so thank you so much to Sai Roman, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people who are doing good stuff, and we want to talk about those people. We want to talk about those initiatives. So to our listeners, if you know anybody or if they are doing initiatives to help each other. Do tag us, let us know, write it in the comment, and we can highlight those sharing because it really inspires us and it will bring our community together. All right. So with that, let's move on to our book sharing, and let's see who wants to share first. Did we? Okay. So we'll let Joyshree share first. So I'm going to um, get Dayananda after some time. Okay. All right, Joyce. So what book are you going to share about?
Okay, first of all, the book that I am going to share is called The Sophie's World by Jostein Gaarder. He's a Norwegian writer, and this book is a bestseller in the author's native country, that is Norway. And also, this book has 427 pages, and it contains basically it's about the philosophy, and it's a book on the history of Western philosophy.
Okay. So, do you want to share any readings in that book?
Okay, I will talk about this more, I guess, because this book, that is Sophie's World, um, is a book which is about there are four main characters. First, the character is main character is Sophie herself. She is going to get a very interesting letter, that is a secret letter from a secret correspondent, which will be later her philosophy teacher. His name is Alberto Knox. And also uh, there will be another two characters, that is Hilde Mole Mark, and the other is Major Neck. So this story starts with the beginning of the the creation of human beings, that is from the Garden of Eden. And like it starts from Greek philosophy, that is how life is being constituted, how our body has been made, or is it, does the particle, like how the word atom comes from, like everything that encompasses or everything that we see now has a history. So if we read this book, there are certain plots where one would find interesting, because basically when we read philosophy, it's so academic and it's so boring. But when I read this Sophie's World, I could find it was interesting, because the writer has made it into fiction, where he brought so many character plots and twists. And also one could inquire philosophy in a very accessible way. uh, but I would recommend this book to those who do not know philosophy, not even a little bit of philosophy, because it will be really helpful to them, and it will be their first gateway, and they would get to know more about this book. So this book, I don't know if everyone would love it, but to me it is kind of a good book, because I have never had any philosophy classes. So this book contains so many philosophers like Anaximus, Democritus, Plato, Socrates, then even the Romanticism period, even Beethoven is been mentioned, Nietzsche, Kierkegaard, uh, then even Marx, Hegel, so many are there. And it ends with the Big Bang Theory. So I would say that this book is really good, and it takes a bit of perseverance, because this book is a bit boring to those who do not have a taste of philosophy. That's all.
All right. So, why is it called Sophie's World?
Because this book is called Sophie's World because it is a book of wisdom. Sophie itself, when it is being translated, it means wisdom world. And again, this story will be based on the main character, that is Sophie. She's going to learn philosophy, the history of Western philosophy, with her secret corresponding, that is the teacher, Alberto Knox. So this story contains the world of Sophie, where she will get to know the world. That's it.
Okay, all right. So, what was the biggest takeaway for you? Like, I know that you love philosophy, and but out of the whole book, what did you take away? What stayed with you, and what did you like the most?
Okay. I get to know most of the thinkers. I have not heard some of the thinkers, like when we learn like Western political thought, we start from Socrates or even Plato, but we didn't know the like how he like Plato, or there were thinkers before Plato. So I get to know Democritus, who thought that the world was made of either water or dust. Then again, there was Anaximus. He said that no, it was made with something different, not just water like that. So so many confusing dialogues are there. So through dialogue, I get to know, how the people came to this certain point of time, how those kind of thoughts evolved, and how we get to see the world that we know today.
Awesome. All right. So, is there any with what you have read, right,
Okay.
and where you are in Manipur? Is there anything you think, bring it out of the book and think, oh, I wish it is like this in Manipur, or whatever be the case? Is there any thought on
Uh, I would say that the book has so many themes like uh, I cannot connect it to the present world, but I would say that most of we always talk that BJP are fascist or Hitler was a fascist, but the main idea why he became a fascist was because of Plato. He brought out an idea which is called the myth of metals. His this idea was just to make people. Uh, his idea was made just because he wanted to have an ideal state, so that people will abide the rules made by state. So he told that the highest person who has the greatest value is made of gold, and that they will be the philosopher king. That means those are the rulers. And the second is that they are made of bronze, and they will be the soldiers, or they will be the protecting class. And the third one is made of copper. Uh, so they will be the working class. So this kind of differences that he had met in his idea made the people think that they are so superior to other people. So that's the ideology that the Nazis have, that they are the greatest race in this world. So I would say that people use the myth of metals in a very bad way. So now the world has so many communalism, racism, and recently in this Corona time, many Northeastern are being like discriminated. They are being called chinkies. They are being spit pan on their face, and such kind of things. It really hurts because as a human being, we all are equal, and the classification is a bit bad because we all have the same blood. That's it.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. And I think kind of bringing the relevance to what is happening now, right?
Yes.
And you're absolutely right. I did see one video yesterday um, of, I don't know, two boys who were um, not allowed to buy grocery in I think Andhra Pradesh in the south of India. And that's really sad, right? Like there are a lot of people of Manipur all over in India, and there are still parts of the people in India who doesn't recognize Manipur, who are not allowing children, kids, and college students who are stuck there, and um, so that's really sad. So to the people who are watching us, if you are in that situation, I think that was very smart to take the video, share it, because when you share it, it will reach to somebody who is in power, who can do something about it, right? Because earlier to that also there was another video, and I saw our chief minister responding to that the people who are concerned like they were caught, or there was some action taken for that. So let's continue sharing such unfortunate event, because I do believe that the system is looking at it, they're tracking it, and thanks to our chief minister, he has been really active in social media, and I see that people are able to reach to him to tell him about what is happening. And also I did see even the governor of Manipur also chiming in on some situation where people from Manipur were stuck in a place, and coordinated and collaborated with for help. So yeah, so thank you for sharing that, and keep reading. And I see that you have an awesome choice of book, and yeah. So before you part, is there anything else you want to share?
Yes, I would say that It's a very good initiative taken by finding the voices, because many people nowadays, they only see those are which we can see in the broad light, daylight, but we fail to hear the voices that is different kind of peoples who are in need. And I would say that the Finding the Voices is doing a great work in helping people, in reaching out to people, and making people connect to one another, sharing their thoughts through uh, through the platform. And I would say that thank you very much for making me a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And this is your platform. I really invite all of you to come up because it's very important to share our thoughts. And all of you young people are the pillar of tomorrow. And the way Manipur would be shaped, Manipur would be perceived by the world. It is in you. It is. We all carry a responsibility, and I think it's very important that we come together, share our thoughts. Sometimes there are a lot of conflicting thoughts, and you don't know which one to follow. And I think it's always right to pause and ask people like, okay, this is what I think, but you're not agreeing with me. So let's debate about it instead of slinging mud and fighting. Right? It's okay to have difference in opinion, but let's get together and debate because everyone has a different perspective and experience, and we can all learn from that. So thank you, Joyshree, so much. Keep tuning in, and I'm sure we'll be a part of another initiative because we keep having initiative as such. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I am going to bring in Dayananda. All right, Dayananda, so thank you so much for your patience. Um, and I'm going to let you share about your book.
Okay. Uh, Today I'm going to share about a book written by Chetan Bhagat. Okay, the girl in room 105.
Okay.
Yeah, actually it's a romantic drama over here. Uh, it is an it is also said that it is an unloved story. Okay, in this story there are four main characters: Kesav, Jaralon, Raghu, and Subra. Okay, here this Jaralon, she is a Muslim from Kashmir. She is going to stay in this particular room 105. Okay, and uh, this guy, uh, Kesav, in the prologue part, he's going to meet Chetan Bhagat himself in a flight from Hyderabad to Delhi. They're going to meet over there, and then they're going to talk and share their stories. Um, so in that part, this Keshav is going to share about his love story that he broke up with a girl called Jara 4 years ago. Okay. Then Chetan Bhagat, as a writer, he he enthusiastically asked him. He eagerly waited and tried to take his story, listen his story. Okay, then the story goes like this. Uh, this Keshav and Jara, they are going to be in same institute, IIT Delhi. They are going to study over there. This Jara is doing PhD there in IIT Delhi, and Keshav is uh, IIT coaching tutor over there. They are going to fall in love, and then after sometimes their parents came to know, but there's a twist over here. Uh, Keshav's parents, they are they are strong in their tradition Hindu. His father is a senior member of RSS, so his parents are going to decline that he cannot marry a Muslim girl. Then this is the reason they broke up. Then after they broke up, uh, okay, Zara alone broke up with Keshav, and Keshav he still loves Zara. He used to text her. He used to find her uh, in many social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. He's going to text over there. But Zara just ignore him. Then Zara will, after some time, Zara will fall in love with uh, this guy Raghu. Raghu. Then okay, then they went on like that. After that, kind of this Keshav and Subraha, they are friends. They used to share their stories. Then one day, uh, uh, on the birthday of Zara Lon, uh, Zara herself would text to Keshav. Then that she wanted to meet him right now. Then this Keshav will got excited and he ran over to her hostel, her room. But one thing happened over there. He went inside her room through her window, as they usually do when they were in a relationship. And then he found Zara alone dead over there. Then he don't know what happened over there, so he just ran away from there. After that, uh, police investigated. Then they caught the murderer, and the murderer was the Raghu, her ex-boyfriend. Okay, uh, Raghu murdered this Jaralon because he came to know that Jaralon was uh, cheating him. As Jaralon in her past life, she used to have an affair with uh, captain, a captain called Captain Fias. So then she got pregnant. Then Raghu came to know, so he murdered Zaralon. Then okay, the story ends like that.
Okay, all right. So there is a lot of like triangle drama
Yeah.
and kind of different angles of love. All right. So why did you pick this book? Is there something you're reading now?
No, I just actually I'm not a book lover, but my friend gave me this book. One of my friends, so I read this book. So I share over here.
All right, that's awesome. All right, so you said you're not a book lover. So are you a book lover now? Do you want to read more books?
Yes,
Cool.
because yes, Chetan Bhagat. One thing I love about Chetan Bhagat is his English, his literature. They are simple to understand and influence the most.
Okay, so you like the way he has written and the language
Yeah,
and the flow of his book.
yeah. He used to make humors. He used to be very funny inside.
I see. All right. Yeah, I haven't read this book, so definitely I'll give it a try. So what's your next book you're reading?
Next book, I'm planning to read One Indian Girl. That is also written by Chetan Bhagat.
All right, so you are in that spree of reading all the series of Chetan Bhagat. All right, so thank you for sharing about the book. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, as Joyshree also have mentioned about the racism in India. Okay, I would like to give some points words on that. Okay, we are all Indians. We are in the same country. We hoist the same national flag. So I don't want or us the northeastern, mainly the northeastern are discriminated in the mainland India. I don't want this one discriminating the our brothers and sisters who are going there and studying there. Okay, that's all.
Yes, definitely. Yes, to everybody who are listening, I know that we have listeners who are not from Manipur. After this situation of coronavirus happened in the media, I have come across three three coverage. One was about a girl being spit on, um, by
Fun.
purpose, just because the girl is from the northeast, the girl is from Manipur, and looks different than the mainland Indians. Second coverage I saw about, I don't know whether it's two or three, because the video was kind of towards the shop. They were not allowed to go inside the store to buy grocery at this crucial moment where people, are finding it very difficult to get stuff. They are not allowed inside the store to get groceries. Third, which was yesterday, which I saw again in south of India, they are not allowed to go inside, even carrying the cart.
Mm.
So it's really time for everybody to reflect and understand, um, who is who in India, and also stand up for each other. And I know that there are a lot of people who are coming out and helping, and to those who are doing that, thank you so much. But this is not the time for such behavior. So thank you for bringing your attention to that, Dayananda, and together we can all create awareness. And I think, as I mentioned before, when situations like that happen, um,
Mm.
it's no point to fight back with the person at that time. I think recording was a very smart way. You can do that, and you can share it, and we can get people who are in the system, who are empowered to do something about it. And if you are stranded, and if you are not having food, or you're having difficulty, reach out, and we would find, somebody would find someone, so that you can get help. And I think, I do believe that the government is doing a great initiative. They have a control center, and they are monitoring the situation very, very well. So,
Mm.
thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. So, thank you, Dayananda.
Uh,
All right. So, to everybody who are watching, thank you for watching. This is our way of coming together. And sharing about the books we love. So I do want to invite you to come up and share about the books, and also we can share our thoughts, right, about the ongoing stuff, and also we can share about our gratitude. So let me just go over the comment. Abhi Ranju says, very nice, brother and sister. Marjing, thank you for listening. Says yes to unity, no to racism. So yeah, definitely. And let's see, one more comment is there. Okay, Laichel Thingam is saying, but the sad part is that we have to assert our identity as an Indian again and again. There should be a larger discourse on what Indianness means and connotes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is really sad that, every time you have to kind of say that, yeah, I'm not a foreigner, I'm an Indian. And yeah, it is really sad. All right. So thank you everyone for watching. We have our next show tomorrow again at the same time, 4:30 p.m. Indian time, India time, and 7 a.m. Washington D.C. time. Um, do sign up, and I look forward to seeing all of you. And be safe. Listen to the local leaders to understand what you need to follow the guidelines, and we can all come out of this together. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.